Alright, guys, so we're finna do a little reading of my new book. So here it goes. It's called Epsilon the Lost Star, Chapter 1 The Ponderer. I always wonder what this world really is, James said to himself, standing only a few feet away from the big oak tree. The sky was ever so beautiful this particular night as he gazed at the constellations. Is this world really what we think it is? He pondered to himself. What if this life is a dream? I wonder how people can be so certain of how things are. In the year 3051, human civilization had become a spacefaring race, but some people decided to stick on Earth to rehabilitate the planet's atmosphere. It had taken many hits over the years from the Orion Wars. 2030 was a pivotal year in the human evolution. The rumor at the time was that the civilians were planning some kind of coup d'etat. The elites were planning as well. There was a war going on, but the war for the soul was much greater than any physical war. The years had made the heart of man cold. James sat on the grassy patch he always sat on to watch the dance of the zodiac. He pulled out his sketchbook and began to sketch, looking up to the stars every now and then for creative inspiration. As the stars were flickering in the sky, he began to have a vision of geometric shapes forming into patterns of rows of infinite proportions, spanning across in every direction. As he looked down, the dirt was made up of triangles branching out into fractals of themselves, getting increasingly smaller as he focused. He looked back up at the sky and saw a tall figure dressed in a white suit, having a long, pointy white beard, appearing out of thin air. With the biggest maniacal smile on his face, he began in a calm yet sinister voice. "Oh, James, you could become one of these so-called masters of the net as well." As he examined his hand in awe, still confused of what true power lies within yet to be awakened. "Everything you have has trickled down from my worlds, boy. Your destiny will be revealed in due time. The true destiny of the universal soul, and your soul will all be revealed in due time." A lightning bolt struck, booming as the figure then disappeared into the darkness, right before his arm faded out of existence. He dropped a ball of dark energy that created a vortex, attracting the stars into the void, dispersing all energies out and then within again, creating a yin-yang symbol before returning back to normal. James relaxed and took in a deep breath and chuckled at what just happened, taking it all in when he heard a whisper in his ear. "You must find the path to the light before it is too late, for a grave danger is upon this realm." It was a high-pitched, fairy-sounding girl's voice. James started to feel an overwhelming surge of a flame-like energy burning inside of him. In that instant, a humanoid figure began to descend from the stars, translucent in form, the being's vibration radiating from his essence. Whatever feeling James took on in an instant, the emotions were reverberated back at him. "I can feel so much right now," he wept. "I've never been able to feel like this before," he thought. "It's like a soul mirror." The being had a face, but not like a human. The structure was sharp. In detail, it resembled stone. The entity had what appeared to be ancient writing etched into his astral projection skin, like yet unlike skin. A bracelet made of light on his wrist, an ankh in one hand and a handbag of space-time in the other, holding what seemed to be the celestial saga as a whole. When James' eyes fixated on the bag, he had a vision of what can only be described as everything that ever was, ever has been, and ever will be. The being stared at him, not speaking a single word. His eye sockets were void, but not void of light, void of the physical. "Find the Universe." The words flowed into his head as he was downloading from a cosmic databank, yet as if they were his own thoughts. For a moment, time stood still. Reality started to warp into itself, creating a black hole vortex, violently raking in the matter around it, creating a gravitational wave polarity. a yin-yang duality of cosmic proportions, warping space-time, shifting reality on a quantum level. Waves began to crash on the sands. As James looked up, he didn't recognize what he saw. As the breeze soared into his face, he let out a sigh of relief, sobbing tears of joy. All of his worries from before were gone. The weight of life had been lifted. He heard a soft, kind voice from a distance, having a long braided beard that sported a dazzling shade of gray, wearing an open Hawaiian shirt with flowers on it, with nothing underneath. "Why does the beach make us feel so calm?" he asked, swinging his foot in the water, dangling his wooden clogs. "Maybe how we can see the ripple effects of the geometric universe encoded in the tides. Maybe the fractal polarity expression." He stopped and pulled out a notebook, unwrapped the leather band around it, and started to write with his quill. James was stunned, to say the least. "Who are you?" he asked. "I'm the Ponderer, the bridge between the world of thought and the world of action." "What is this place?" James asked. "That's not such a simple question to answer, young one. What is your world? Do you think your world is reality alone? What is reality?" James leaned back, widening his eyes. "I'm not sure anymore." "You need to ask yourself, James. Will you be the hero or the villain?" After the words entered his mind, he slowly drifted back to the world. What was the universe? James thought.